Welcome back to the 2022 Hoopsfix All-Star Classic. We are just moments away from the Under-19s women's game. We're going to see some of the best young hoopers in the country going at it right here at Crystal Palace in South London. Make sure you do not go anywhere. We're about to get into the player introductions. We've got the black team and the white team going up against each other. I'm hyped. Every year this is a fantastic game, so we're going to get straight into it. Let us know in the comments and in the chat who you guys think is going to take the win. And you're about to hear from the commentary team who are going to let you know the players to look out for in this one. Then we'll be back interviewing a very important star of women's basketball. Don't go anywhere.
Thank you very much, Mo. Well, they've just sang happy birthday to Katie Aniszewska, who is all of 18 today. Teams now will be sent to their benches ahead of team introductions for today's game. You can't say all of them, Siobhan, but who are you looking forward to seeing today?
I'm excited to see all of them. It just depends, Susha. There's so much offensive firepower in this room, which is exciting because that's why I think an all-star game is about. These girls, though, I've spoken to them before, they're about getting stops and winning the game. It's going to be competitive, but I'm looking forward to watching Fatima Jana play. She's a young player, first-year player, actually, at Under-19 at Barking Academy. She's had a phenomenal year. 22.6 points for her in the WNBL, but it's not just the WNBL. She's had awards in the WNBL Division 1 as well, just as a 17-year-old, so she's really shone this year down in London.
Team White being introduced to the crowd. There's somebody you know pretty well running out, Maisie Everson.
Maisie Everson, yeah, but two of my players from Nottingham on Team White, Maisie Everson and Mariam Olawale, both of them leaving us for the States next year to go out and play college ball there, so there's Mariam. Excited to watch them play.
The upside is there's Nottingham players on either team now, so you can't be rooting one way.
That's true, yeah, Natalie's on the team black as well, Natalie Charlton is there. But just looking down that line, here she goes. She really is a giant, is the Aussie Mamadou, number 12, an absolute giant of the Under-19 women's game here in Britain. She won every award possible in the WNBL for her Northern Conference. She won Defensive Player of the Year, MVP, and she was on the first team as well. And she was Defensive Player of the Year for Division 1 as well. She's just had a phenomenal year.
As I say, 6'2", long wingspan as well. Tough to get a shot around past that. Karen Burton, the coach of Team White for today. And now we'll be introduced to Team Black, led out by Oakland's Kizzy Spence. There's Jonah. Obviously, obviously a lot of friends and family in the house as well, because you've probably got the biggest cheer of anybody running out there as well.
It's just so nice for the fans to be able to be in the building this year. Special moment for these girls.
Yeah, it was a fantastic event last year, and credit to everybody who helped make it happen. But it's different level this time around with a full crowd, a lot of noise in here. It's hard even with headphones on to hear what's going on, and it'll certainly raise the performance of these girls as they go out there.
Every single year, Sam and Hoopsfix do such a good job of, biggering and bettering the event. Every player out there with a brand new pair of Jordans. Lots of people in the gym and celebs as well. We've got Harry Panero just sitting to our left over here.
You got very excited about that, didn't you?
Yeah, well, secretly though, I didn't know who he was. I'm not a YouTube person. But what I did know was that when I told the kids at the academy who was going to be working on it, they all lost their minds.
Yeah.
So, generational thing.
Yeah,
Again, another thing that makes me feel.
Yeah. Well, the two teams embracing half court, and we are 10 minutes away from the opening tip here at Crystal Palace for the Under-19s girls game. Let's go back down to the baseline and catch up with Mo.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am in the presence of a legendary basketball player right now. Shanice Beckford-Norton, one of the GOATs of the women's game here in the UK, led the London Lions to 4, not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 trophies this season. Shanice, how you doing?
I'm doing good, man. I'm happy to be here.
Listen, it's a blessing to have you in the building. We're about to see some of the best Under-19s women's talents. Who are the players that you're keeping an eye on for this game today?
I mean, I know Izzy, she played at Cola. She's up there about to dunk as well. I told her, try and get one for us today. She's a baller. And Fats played at Barking. Obviously, I had some time to play with her and get some time in the gym with her. And there's a couple girls from Nottingham who can hoop as well. So I'm excited to see what they're going to show.
Now, let's talk about your season. London Lions were under a lot of pressure. A little rebrand. The eyes of the world watching the London Lions organisation now with a big investment. What was your mentality going into the season, and why do you think you were so successful?
I think we just made it about us. Like, regardless of who we were playing, whether it was in Europe or in the WBBL, we just made it about us and us wanting to get better as a team, as opposed to just beating teams every game. Like, it was about our development more than anything.
And speaking of development, can you speak to the development of the women's game here in the UK? Because we've seen it come on leaps and bounds over the last few years, and we've got the next generation of players right now. What are your thoughts on the women's game right here in Britain?
I mean, it's growing. It's definitely growing. Like, you have Sam doing events like this. It's giving young players a chance to shine and show what they can do and showcase their talents. But it's also about what they can take from players like me and like the teammates that I play with. They just need to feed off of our energy and continue to grow the game.
Now, you told me you took a little break, but you're already back to work in off-season. What's the mindset? What's the mentality that you're coming with for next year?
Off-season is where it happens. Like, there really is no off-season. That's where the work is really put in. So once pre-season hits and the beginning of the season, everyone sees what you're doing behind closed doors.
Well, you heard it right here. There is no off-season. This is where the work happens. And in the meantime, we've got the best Under-19s women in the country playing basketball for you right now. So we're going to head back to Dan Routledge and the commentary team as we prepare for the 2022 Hoopsfix All-Star Classic women's game. Ladies and gentlemen, this was Shanice Beckford-Norton. Thank you for your time.
No problem.
Thank you very much, Mo. Yeah, Shanice and the London Lions were unbeaten in doing that sweep this year. It's so impressive how they performed and how she performed herself. I mean, just one of the most entertaining players to watch in the league, the way she brings, the energy she brings at both ends of the floor. And we saw it in the playoff final. London struggled a little bit early on. She comes into the game and blows it open for them.
Happens to her is because she comes on and she's an absolute defensive force. So it's really nice to see her here supporting the younger generations, because I know they're all tuning in each week to all of the live streams and watching
incredible athlete as well, and so it's a bit scary when you think she's working hard now to improve on areas of her game for next year. Watch out the rest of the league. Well, I don't know. She's.
I mean, the whole team's just it's frightening from 1 to 12, isn't it? You know, she is in the close to it. It's just frightening.
Well, let's turn our focus now to this Under-19 women's game here at the All-Star Classic, Hoopsfix All-Star Classic 2022. And we're almost ready to get things underway. The two coaches, I always think it's the hardest job in a situation like this, to work out which of there's so much talent as we look at the white roster here, to work out which lineups will work, how you get the best out of these great players.
Yeah, I mean, I think the best thing you can do is just let them play, isn't it? You know, don't try and rein them in. Just throw the ball out there, you know, let them play. They're smart players, dynamic players, lots of scorers, lots of great vision on the court. The best thing you can do is just roll the ball out.
But we will see as the game goes on. There's bound to be one or two who are just feeling it today, and maybe they get a few extra minutes in the fourth quarter as a result of that. The coaches, as much it is showcasing everybody, when it comes around to the end, they want to win.
I mean, you've got Vanessa Ellis on our left here for Team Black, who just isn't. I'm sure she's going to want to win, and same Carabin on Team White as well, supported by Caroline Charles. They're not used to losing either.
We're going to just pause for a second as to hear remembers a couple of legendary members of our community that we've lost over the last year.
Andrea Solstice, the Battersea Sports Centre, so that we can all continue to enjoy the game of basketball. So now, ladies and gentlemen, to celebrate both the lives of Betty Cadona and Andrea Borland, we're going to have a round of applause for 24 seconds. If you can, please stand, ladies and gentlemen, as we honour these two greats of the women's game, the 24 seconds of the show.
Well, 24 seconds of pause in memory of Andrea Borland, who was the London Lions assistant coach and obviously played a huge part in the Hoopsfix All-Star Classic, even taking place last year under lockdown measures. Without her, it wouldn't have been possible. And also Betty Cadona, and we see her legacy throughout basketball still. Well, we are ready to get it underway. And it will be Team White with the first, well, almost with the first possession, but it's lost pretty quickly. Molly Lavin driving in. Taylor Willis, excellent last year, of course. Here's Spence for three, off the mark. White looking to push quick, and there's the first points on the board for Izzy Bunyan.
Quick start.
Yeah.
End-to-end stuff.
Traveling violation called there on Charlie Rowe, but she certainly got the crowd lifted with that move. And that's the other thing, is with the crowd in, you have to show the full range of your skills today as well.
Yeah, I mean, that's what these games are about, isn't it? It's about, you want to win the game, but you also want to put on the show.
Here's Spence. Spence driving in, fouled, and will shoot 2.
Kizzy, she's such a great offensive player. I'm really excited to watch her today. I told her at the start, she's secretly one of my favourite offensive players. She's perfect for an all-star game.
First personal, first team.
First free throw off the mark. Second one is good for Kizzy Spence. Nice move from Endine, doesn't go. Stolen away.
All ahead to Bunyan, keeping it in play, trying to find a teammate, finds a D. Rotation.
Everson for 3 off the mark. They still have it though, Team White. Everson driving in, takes the contact and will shoot 2.
Yeah, smart take for her. Off the mark in her first shot, so she attacked the basket. So many of these players now just have so many different ways to score. You know, behind the arc, mid-range, at the rim.
Almost stolen away. Nice drive to the basket. Tough finish as well from Molly Lavin.
It's so fun to see these two going against each other. Their teammates at Cola. Here they are again in the low block.
Spence comes away. That's off the mark. Bunyan throwing it inside, but actually out of bounds.
They're the little things, aren't they, that when you're not used to playing with each other, you just have to iron out at the start.
Right. Taylor Willis for 3, back iron. Gets a hand on the loose ball. Mamadi trying to go to work. And forces it home. Spence is bumped. Spence firing up for 3, front rim. Everson with the rebound.
Shame those aren't going in for here today because she can really shoot. I'm sure we'll see one go down.
Everson, tough fade away over a much taller Taylor Willis.
Give me that, Maisie.
Taylor Willis into traffic is fouled. Both teams going with the early rotation. Get everybody into the game.
More offensive firepower checking in. for Team White, Liv Forster. She's been an absolute force to be reckoned with. 19.3 points per game in the WEABL for Copleston.
Taylor Willis makes the free throw and will sit down. Bunyan, drive and kick. Foul called. White from the end. Pass only just reaching Dean. Nice pass. No points at the end of it, but O'Connell able to keep that alive, and the three in the corner, back iron. And that will be a black possession. Rowe penetrates and kicks.
I really enjoy watching Charlie Rowe play. She's a great point guard. She never gets sped up. She always goes at her own tempo. Often finds the right choice and decision.
Nice kick to the top of the key, but Lavin can't knock down the jumper. Quick outlet to O'Connell out front. Good hands again. White still keep it. Good finish underneath from O'Mode.
Another teammate on teammate for me, Amode on Molly Lavin.
Charity, nice footwork and a great feed at the end of it for two for Lavin.
Pretty footwork. Harry Bonero to my left. He's loving that from Natalie Cherry.
And a steal. Oh, but just a little bit too much. There's Lavin to clean it up. And they've got a bit of momentum here, Black. Nice pass. Bunyan, a little heavy on that. On the floor, trying to keep it alive. Almost got 2 points out of nothing there with Forrester underneath.
Well, this is not your typical all-star game. They are going after it, both teams.
Nice move, Jack with the leg.
Do not let her get going. Team White, they cannot allow her to get going.
Nice pass again, but what a block! Oh my! Jenna with the stare down afterwards too.
I love this kid. I love this kid. She blocks her. She is staring her down. She's such a competitor.
Long two off the iron. Jenna with a big rebound as well. No, wait, through another great block. White looking to get out in transition as well.
Two-handed rejection. Mariam Oluwayan is not playing.
And she loses the ball though. That's too far out in front. Yeah, Shevska's going to check in for the first time. Or no, wait, did she start? I've lost track now.
I know, I was literally just thinking that, and then I thought, what a joy. Like, every time someone comes on, we're like, another star, it's great.
Three-point shot off the mark for Aaron Powell. Jana from behind the arc. Oh, they're going to work inside through the double team. Great defense to deny it though from Roy. Move it in the corner. Good up. Good to spins. It falls into the hands of Roy. Running out of shot clock. Needs to go up here in the corner. Love it. Shot off the mark. Great work on the flash from Powell. That will be a round up. That will go back to black.
The last two defensive possessions for Team White have been tenacious.
There's a lot of defense being played out there, to be fair.
Yeah, a lot.
Sometimes in these games, early on, it's just up and down in open threes and layups, but nothing being given here. Jana for three. Off the mark. One-point game here in the first quarter. That one halfway down and out. Januszewska with the rebound. They still got it. Erin Powell again on the offensive glass.
Such a good player, Erin Powell. It's really been nice to see her play in her first year at Charnwood this year. I'm based in the north, so I do get to see her play quite a bit. She's battled injury a little bit this year, but she just plays the game with such joy and such energy. It's great to watch her play.
Timeout call by Vanessa Ellis here. It's a one-point game, 8 minutes in. And it's one of those, there's wondering the timeouts as to how much is tactical, how much is give them a breather and whatever in a situation like this.
Yeah, and I think, you know, they're playing at such a high rate, aren't they? They're, you know, they're really going hard at each other, and I think they just needed a little breather. But like we said, you know, we can see Coach Ellis there. She's used to winning. She's used to enabling her players to be in a position to win, and I think that's the most important thing. She just probably wants to give a couple of reminders, allow them to show their best selves on the court. Really nice to see Georgia Gale as well out there as the assistant coach. Such a British force in the WBBL as well, Georgia Gale.
Teams making their way back out onto court here at Crystal Palace. Standing room only. As Erin Powell goes to the free throw line, been very active since she came into the game.
It's just so nice to see so many people here watching youth basketball. And great preparation for these guys moving on to who are moving on to the next steps.
Oh, quick outlet. Love it down court is fouled, and again, she's chased all the way back. That's the free throw shooter getting back.
Yeah, exactly. Shoot the free throw, be first back in transition. Megan Lovett at the foul line. Played her academy basketball at Derby this year. Had a great offensive output, 20.5 points per game. It's really nice to see her play well this year.
Well, Powell looks second best for that. Well, ripped away by Rowe. And that was a real battle. And the possession will stay with White, but great work from Rowe to not let her out.
Carrius plays in the WBBL at Cardiff, so she's used to the physical game.
Shevska. Oh, nice step under. KJ with the lay-in.
It was a nice strong move from KJ.
Charity, just a little over-aggressive there, defense.
You should have watched them yesterday in practice.
I was just thinking.
Going at it. They go at it every single day.
And they're over the limit. That's the other thing is, in an all-star game, you don't normally see free throws on fouls because you don't normally see defense played at this level, particularly in the first quarter.
Yeah, I just think they don't know how to play any other way. This is how they play.
Charity makes the first free throw. 2-2. Forster forcing her way to the hole. Charity back to Jana, driving in. There's going to be a foul on the way in. It took a lot of contact there. That's one of those tough ones. She's not in a legal defensive position, so it has to be a defensive foul, but she was on the rough end of that, I think. Well, free throw shooting hasn't been great. It's one of the things they don't really practice beforehand. This is interesting sight lines here at Crystal Palace with the glass elevated at one end, and then you've got the boxes at the other end. That's where you notice it most in the free throw shooting. Jenner again looking to push, surveying her options. Option one is take it to the hole and take contact again. She'll shoot another two.
I was going to say, when she takes that option, it's really hard to stop it. She plays so aggressively. So aggressively, and I think it's just great, all of these fans here, if you're watching at home, just to see how hard these players play week in, week out.
Hannah makes the second foul shot. 14 points apiece here with 40 seconds to go. And Shevska driving in. She wanted a whistle that wasn't coming her way there. Hannah again using her strength. This time it's stolen away. Forster open for three. Not quite. 10 seconds to go here. Jana, what an outlet pass that is. Oh my goodness. No points on the end of it, but what an outlet pass that was to Charity.
She's just showing a pedigree all over the court.
End line ball, 3.3 seconds on the clock. The referee on the baseline hadn't made it live. And they actually lost. They lost half a second there because they pressed the clock on the inbound, but actually the referee had to make it live, so they have to go back to 3.3. There we go. Jana for 3. Off the mark, and that will do it for a hard-fought first quarter here at Crystal Palace. 14 points apiece. And, well, I mean, in some ways, the defense has been the standout bit of that first half. How hard both these teams have been playing here in this All-Star Classic.
Yeah, I think that's definitely the thing that stood out to me. No surprises, though. Both Coach Burton and Coach Ellis are defensive coaches, and that'll be the thing that they will be talking to their team about a lot. So, some great defensive efforts, individual and team.
And Janet really been the standout performer, just for her aggression as much as anything else, the way she's attacked the basket.
Yeah, you know, I think in these games there's so many people on the floor that can attack, so many people that can score, and they do share the ball around a little bit, but you can see Fatima's come to play today. Every time she's got the ball in her hand, she believes she can score or create something for somebody else, and she does it every single time.
Oakland's players in the house come to support their teammates.
Looking around, I can see a lot of teammates as well from other teams, but it's nice especially to see when WBBL players, Louise Rouse was there as well. I know she moved last year, but it's just nice to see them in and supporting the younger generation and the younger talent.
They've got a competition going on here to win a Jordan t-shirt. He's had to work hard for that, running up and down the court. It's warm in Crystal Palace. If you've ever been to Crystal Palace, you'll know even without the water in the pool next door, it's always very warm.
Sorry, I got caught watching on the court. Did you say that it was warm?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always like
no,
this.
that's what I was saying.
Yeah, and is it because of the swimming pool?
Well, there's no water in the pool.
Oh.
It normally.
Have you said that as well when I was just blanking you out, just watching the court?
Did you
I'm so sorry. I think I just turned you off. I couldn't hear anything you were saying. Sometimes it's just that little voice in my head, and it gets so annoying all the time. No, but I agree. It's always boiling in here.
It's the class, really.
It's
like a little greenhouse, the old Crystal Palace.
Scores with 6 points, 2 rebounds, Molly Lavin, 4 points for Daisy Everson.
So we can get things back underway here in the second quarter. Tied at 14.
This is a spectator announcement, ladies and gentlemen. Today is a sellout, so please do not leave any empty seats between you. We still have people that need to be seated.
Nelson around the high screen. Little roll to the basket from Robin, but stolen away. Oh, well kept in. Ford for 3. Not quite in bounds.
Great play from Charlie Rowe on the baseline to get that back to Jessie Ford. I don't know how she managed that.
William loses the ball off the back of the leg. Good hustle from Rowe, diving on the floor, unable to come up with it. Beautiful move and the long arms for the finish.
Yeah, just the stretch just got around Molly Levin there.
Back to Rowe. Spinning into trouble, turning the ball over. And Dean, nice finish.
Little post move. Faye and Dean, she can score anywhere on the floor. Back to the basket that time.
That's tough from Whitehouse.
Those points for Black here in the second quarter.
Ball bobbling about, White able to keep it, no reset of the shot clock, so they've got to go quick. Nice finish.
There's really no one as strong and athletic as her down low in this game, so...
Nice from Lavin, big oof from the crowd, gets her own rebound. Whitehouse attacks all the way to the basket for two.
Maybe Whitehouse won the WEABL Northern Conference MVP this year for the second time running. Scores bucket loads.
Speed of run. Nice dish as well, oh, but thrown away by Al-Wayan. And the quick outlet. Plays at both ends of the floor. Ford. Under pressure, gets her own rebound. Lavin for three. And that'll go all the way out of bounds for a White possession.
Lavin just struggling a little bit offensively at the moment, but she's just signed out to go to American University in NCAA Division I, so after this game she'll be leaving us for the USA shores.
Stolen right back by Al-Wayan, but Rowe is able to come up with it. Lavin, I'm not sure she wanted it in that spot, but still able to score.
Gets it to drop.
Mamadou underneath is fouled and will go to the line for a bonus shot.
6 points for her in the third. She's really showing dominance inside, and she has done all year. I'd really like to see her up against Karis Roy. I'd love to see what that looked like, that matchup.
Lavin with the defensive rebound. Taylor Willis kicks it back out. Lavin finds room for the mid-range jumper.
She just really plays at her own pace, Molly Lavin. She's a smart player.
Mamadou, double teams, forced to turn it over. And stolen back, not quite. It will stay with Black from the side. Wholesale substitutions for Team Black. Here's Jana, one of the players returning and returning with an impact, but I think that's going to be an offensive foul, is it? Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I think, yeah, they're surprised as well. Let's have a look. There's nothing in that.
No.
You can't punish someone because they're so powerful and they're going to the basket hard.
Good defense from Black to collapse on the ball there, force the turnover. Spence kicks it forward to Jana, a little deep underneath, but is able to use that strength to finish.
What you can do with her when she gets it down there.
Over Obenor is fouled and will go to the line for 2.
Vanessa Obenor, another player from Derby College. Often see her more on the defensive end. Now she's got a block already here today. She led the WEABL, 2.1 blocks per game.
Charity top of the key into Lavin, has the size mismatch, great footwork, and foul from behind by Ozzy Mamadou.
Really good patience again from Charity. That's the second time we've seen her just take her time and feed it down low. Really smart player for her age, just her first year in the WEABL this year. Charity at Nottingham Academy.
Two from the line. Substitutions both ways. Well, Roy is checked in, and Ozzy Mamadou is still on court, so you might get to see that matchup yet.
Let's see how this goes. I'm excited for it. Paris Roy has the length of Mamadou as well.
Ganashevska finding room where there didn't look to be much. Good hand from Ozzy Mamadou to tip that in to a teammate. Foul is called on the floor. I think Natalie Charity's number will be shown to the table. It is the 11. From Everson on the fadeaway.
It's the second turnaround in the same spot.
Deflected out of bounds. It'll stay with Black. Jana, well, they were a long way off her. Didn't make the 3 though. Stolen away by Jana. Driving hard all the way. Too strong though. Goes right into the cameras. Straight back up on her feet though. Everson for 3. She's halfway down court. She knew that was it.
She is playing a stormer. Missed 1 shot so far. Maisie Everson. She's off to the States as well next year to play in NCAA Division 2.
Roy going after the offensive rebound. Jana dancing with it. Oh!
I love that kid. I love it. I love it, and I love the face, the stare down.
Ozzy Mamadou crowded out of it. Jana with the steal. That's going to be an unsportsmanlike foul, but a foul in transition. So Jana will go to the line and shoot 2. I think the crowd would have preferred that one to be play
Is she
on.
gonna
Let
dunk
it go. Let it go.
She is not playing. I just love how this, you know, the competitive spirit. This is a big stage for her. You can just see on your screen there. That was Caroline Charles. If ever there's a player that is doing bits coming out of London, it is thanks to that lady there. She has brought through so many talented young players from London.
Second free throw is good, so 1 point game with 3 minutes to go to halftime.
3 minutes, 3 seconds left to go.
Oh, what a block that is from Bunyan, but it's almost stolen right back. White will keep possession.
Talk about wingspan earlier. Izzy Bunyan is a phenomenal one as well. She's so versatile too.
They've only got 4 seconds to get it over to half court here, and they do it well. Connell spinning, traveling. .247 to go here in the first half. Stolen away. Oh, they're driving hard, and that's an offensive foul. A little
The
push-off.
Oakland's crowd loving that one.
Nuts, aren't they, over there?
Great defensive position by Kizzy Spence of Oakland. Draws the foul, much to the delight of herself and her fans.
It's deflected into the backcourt. Jana has it, but not much time to work with here. Spence for three, in and out. Bunyan drives, kicks. Spence with the rebound. Goods up. Jana, mid-range, knocks it down. Oh, right down Main Street for an easy lay-in there, Emily O'Connell.
Not sure what happened there. Everyone was just excited again for Fatima to score. I'm not sure. Just didn't play defense.
Well, there haven't been too many easy ones today. Well, that was definitely the easiest of them. Foul on the floor. White going to make a substitution here. Powell forced her back in. Jana for three.
It's about the only place on the floor she's not scored from today.
Union kicks it out. Janaszewska in the corner for the triple. Powell brings it forward. Kicked out, but not quite to where Janaszewska was, so out of bounds.
Katie Janaszewska, another player we've seen grow up in the game. She's at Leicester Riders, plays in the WBBL. She'll be getting a Division I scholarship and out to the States next year as well. St. Francis, Brooklyn.
Oh, great footwork from Roy for two. Well, the shot clock is on, but there's almost no difference between it and the game clock. Oh, Spence got a piece of that. Well, I thought she did, but it's been given the other way. It looked like Spence got a piece. It was a long way short for a shot, though.
Yeah, it's not one that she would usually make short as well, KJ.
9 seconds to go in the first half. Well, not for a second. They might have got it back, but it was deflected away. I think Bunyan got a little hand on that.
Full court press in the second quarter of the All-Star game. I love it.
Here's Spence, last few ticks of the clock. Well, she picked it up in an awkward spot. Januszewska on the buzzer. It was after the buzzer anyway, it wouldn't have counted. But what a game this has been. First 20 minutes in the books. No quarter asked or given. It's a 2-point team-wide lead. And both teams leaving it all out on the court here.
Yeah, what a game so far. And I think it's just showcased everything that these women have showcased all year round. They're tough, they're strong, they're physical, they're skilled. You know, I think credit to the defense, but it's just made the offense elevate itself, and we've seen some really nice, patient, smart basketball from the offensive end as well now.
And I think both teams' coaches will be happy with how they've thrown everybody out there, and it can be hard this time at times. You've got different lineups all the time, and you're adjusting position and how you react. Both teams have done really well. They look comfortable with each other out there.
Yeah, definitely, and I think, you know, you can tell they're just being allowed to go out there and play. These are our best female players of under-19. You know, there's a couple that are missing. Leah Edwards, she's still in the States right now, in there scoring over as well in the States. That couldn't make it here, but this is the best of what we have. They know how to play basketball. It doesn't matter who they're playing with. They know what to do, and they know how to play good basketball. So it's exciting to see.
It certainly has been a fascinating first half, and we've no way of knowing which way this one is going to go in the second half, because they've basically gone blow for blow here in the Crystal Palace National Sports Centre. It really has been a very tight first half, and we'll be able to get some reaction from this first half as Mo has Katie Januszewska with him, I believe.
It's halftime here in the Hoopsfix All-Star Classic Under-19s women's game. I'm joined by Katie Januszewska. KJ, how are you doing?
We're doing well as a team. We're starting to find our flow on offense. Defense, we can still pick up a bit, but overall we're doing well.
It's a 2-point game at the half. What's the mentality, what's the mindset going into the second half to close this one out?
We've just got to lock down on defense, not let them score, and on offense, just got to pass the ball and get the open shot.
Now, we saw you put on a show in the 3-point contest as well. How has today's experience been for you?
It's been really enjoyable. It's a great event, and it's just great to have everyone here and watching it.
All right, well, I appreciate your time. I know the coach wants you back in the huddle, so we're going to leave you to it. Best of luck for the second half.
Thank you.
Well, look back at a few more of the highlights from the first half, but she has been an important player out there. She looks calm out there at all times. It almost doesn't matter what level she's playing at.
And I think she is that's exactly what you've just said. She's poised and she's calm. She always is, and we've seen that when she's played in her own age group, but we've seen it in Division 1, we've seen it at WBBL. It doesn't matter. She doesn't get rushed, and she plays her own game.
Well, an excellent first half here in South-East London, where there is only 2 points between them. Team Black 33, Team White 35 at the half, and we're going to share with you now the journey of building a court at Clapham.
Basketball in this country struggles. Like, we've all grown up on it. We all know that facilities generally are not very good. We've all grown up on the indestructible rims that are horrible to play on, the gravel floor. And so creating spaces that inspire more people to play the game, more people to take the game seriously, is something that I really want to do, and I think will have a long-term impact, which, will make a difference to an entire generation of players. And so the more of that we can do, well, the more I want to do, and the better it is for the game. basketball in this country struggles. Like, we've all grown up on it. We all know that facilities generally are not very good. We've all grown up on the indestructible rims that are horrible to play on, the gravel floor, and so creating spaces that inspire more people to play the game, more people to take the game seriously is something that I really want to do, and I think will have a long-term impact, which will make a difference to an entire generation of players. And so the more of that we can do, well, the more I want to do, and the better it is for the game. So in 2018, we decided that we wanted to renovate a basketball court in London. We put out a thing on Twitter, and so Clapham Common was the place that was most nominated by people, and this seemed like the perfect situation, perfect place to do it. And so that's what we did. Of course, because it's a common, we didn't realise this until we got a bit further down the line, but because it's a common and not a park, there are a number of different sort of restrictions around it and legalities around it that made it take a lot longer than we'd hoped. So yeah, it's taken 3 years to get to this point, and in large part because of Foot Locker's involvement over the last year and a half through their Raise the Game campaign in partnership with the NBA. It's really accelerated the process, and we've here we are and finally able to open it and let the public use it. Why this means so much to Hoopsfix is that as part of our contract with Lambeth Council, we're allowed a certain amount of days to use it for our own events in the summer. Obviously that's in conjunction with Foot Locker as well. And having the seating, having the bleacher seating for 180, I think it will be, all of a sudden we have a venue that we can run events for free because we have that agreement with the council, and we can ticket them because we've got spectator seating, which allows us to be able to bring more money into the sport, to be able to reinvest into the things that we're doing to try and grow the game. So it's a game, it's a literal game changer for us. It will, increase our resources to be able to grow the game and hopefully make a difference long term. So yeah, it's been a long journey to get here, but 100% worth it now, seeing it sort of come to life and seeing everyone coming down and getting so much pleasure out of it.
Well, it is an excellent facility that they have built there, and hopefully it's the first of many that we'll see across the country. It's one of the challenges that those of us who grew up a little before this generation probably had more of a challenge finding a court like that to go and play on.
Rejuvenating, regenerating, just empowering youth basketball in this country and making it so accessible for every single person that wants to pick up the ball. And that is the mission here at Hoopsfix, and building the game of basketball here in Britain, and they're doing a great job at it.
Well, let's get some more halftime reaction with Mo on the end line.
Coming at you live from the Hoopsfix All-Star Classic 2022. I'm here with what's been the stand-up player for the first half from me, Fatima Jana, 10 points at the half. What have you made of your performance so far?
I feel like me getting rebounds, helping my team, pushing the ball down the court, like getting easy, fast buckets is helping us a lot.
We've seen you do it on both ends. I saw you come up with a little block and a little stare down. What's the mentality like now going into the second half? It's a 2-point game, you're down 2.
So the same thing, like pushing the ball, if I'm wide open to shoot, if not kick it out, like just playing my game and helping my team.
What are you trying to do with the tempo of the game? You're trying to speed them up, you're trying to get out on the fast break?
Personally, I feel like we should speed it up just to like get a good enough lead, and then after slow the game down a bit. But coming into the third, I'm going to push the ball a lot.
You hear it. The black team are going to be pushing the pace here in the second half of the Hoopsfix All-Star Classic Under-19 Women's Games. Make sure you guys do not go anywhere. Stay tuned because Fatima Jana is going to be balling out like crazy. I promise you that. Good luck for the second half.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mo. She certainly balled out in the first half, no doubt about it. Well, it takes a lot of people to put an event like this together, and obviously last year we had to do it behind closed doors, and it would not have happened last year without the help and support of Andrea Borland, who sadly passed away over the last year. And we'll just take a few moments to remember the great Andrea Borland.
Following challenging and uncertain times, the British basketball professional game stood the test of the pandemic and rejoiced in the return of fans. But it was the passing of a London legend that brought the British basketball community to a complete standstill. Andrea Kishel Borland, born and raised in the capital, London, dedicated her life to the game, developing and mentoring countless young players, predominantly through the Hackney Community College program over the past decade. And she was an inspiration as the only female coach in the British Basketball League. Crediting her coaching career to the legendary Jimmy Rogers of the Brixton Top Cats program, Andrea won 3 British Basketball League titles in a time with the Lions, having joined them in 2018, and was the 2017 ABL Coach of the Year. She also won silverware in a time with NASA in the National Basketball League. Her honesty, enthusiasm, and love for the game was often misunderstood by those who hadn't crossed her path before. But after sitting down and talking to Coach Borland, you quickly became aware of how much this game meant to her, the blood, sweat and tears she poured into it. It was not just coaching, however. A qualified referee and table official, she contributed to the game in countless ways and could be seen volunteering or working at almost every basketball event that would happen in the capital. Her hard work led to being recognised with the 2019 Statistician of the Year award in Basketball England's annual volunteer recognition. She was a dedicated member of the Hoopsfix family and would help out as an official every single year, unselfishly volunteering to recruit the statisticians and the table officials and work the event in her own right. Andrea was solely responsible for ensuring the Hoopsfix All-Star Classic had a home during the pandemic, securing the Battersea Sports Centre to make sure that the power of our beautiful game could still be felt by those wanting and needing to be touched by the beautiful sport of basketball up and down this country. At a sold-out Crystal Palace here at the Hoopsfix All-Star Classic, Andrea would have been filled with joy, and today we honour her memory. Rest in peace, Andrea. We hoop in your honour.
We do indeed, as I say, so instrumental in the event happening last year, and it's fantastic to see the crowd back in the house tonight. They've all rushed off to get a quick drink or something to eat at halftime. Let's get some more halftime reaction. Team Black coach Vanessa Ellis is with Mo.
We're live at the Hoopsfix All-Star Classic Under-19s women's game. I'm joined by Coach Vanessa. Coach, it's a 2-point game. It's close to the half. What's been your message to your players?
For us to do better is about rebounding. I think the other teams out-rebounded us, and also just playing as a team. They're the two things. I think first half, a lot of nerves, but I think people have settled into it now, and hopefully we'll have a second half where people are more relaxed and can enjoy it.
What have you made of the officiating so far? We've seen a few offensive fouls, we've seen a few contentious calls. What's your thoughts on that?
No, the refs have done okay. You know, you win some, you lose some. It's evened out. You've just got to accept they're not going to change their mind, so you just get on with it.
Now, what's the mentality? If it goes down to the wire, it's a 2-point game right now, it's close in the fourth. What's going to be your message to your team?
Just about defensive effort, intensity, and boxing out and rebounding.
Coach, we appreciate you. Good luck for the second half.
Thank you.
Stay tuned. The second half is going to be must-see TV. It's a 2-point game. You do not want to miss this. I promise you, we're live right here at the 2022 Hoopsfix All-Star Classic. Stay tuned for the second half of the Under-19s women's game.
Well, fantastic interview with Vanessa Ellis there. Here we are at an all-star game, and she's talking about rebounding and defense. Nothing, absolutely nothing. Well, it has been a really tight game. I mean, sometimes in this you find somebody catches fire or something happens and it goes out 10, 15 points and then comes back the other way. But this one has felt like it's never had more than a basket or two in it. I mean, there was Team White did briefly lead for by 7 points. That's the biggest lead of the game. And we're hoping for another 20 minutes like that, really.
Yeah, really excited for another 20 minutes, exactly the same. I think, like we said before, they've done well to showcase their defensive talent, but some of the offensive talent out here as well has been really nice to see.
Well, what will be interesting is how the coaches tweak it as the game goes on, and particularly in terms of the rotations, the lineups that work together as they go for the win.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think what you will see is the intentions of each coach with the rotations that they make. And I think, you know, they've got 1 through 12, some great players to choose from. At the end of the day, it's just about who's playing well at the time, isn't it?
Well, the two teams making their way back out onto court here. And the crowd have really enjoyed themselves at half-time. With the steel drums, they've had opportunities of t-shirts. She got robbed of a t-shirt earlier with the dance move.
Tanisha, she did. She's a really good young upcoming coach at Derby, actually. Yeah, she did get robbed. She had some moves, some absolute moves. Really good environment though, lots going on. There was a coaching clinic earlier this morning as well, led by London Lions WBBL head coach Mark Clark. Just a lot of effort, a lot of work gone into today.
Well, they're still milking the t-shirts, trying to find out which bit of the crowd is the loudest before throwing them out. But then they seem to throw a bit more random in the end.
Yeah. Thank you for shouting. I'm just going to throw it over here instead.
Should we just steal them? They've left the other ones here. Should we just steal them? There we go. Oh, too late.
We got those ones last year.
Oh, they?
Yeah, they're really nice. They're the dry fit ones.
Well, the players are out and ready. But they're still throwing T-shirts into the crowd.
I was almost a fight for that one.
The T-shirt be ripped in pieces over there. There we go. He's happy with that, isn't he? He's happy with that.
He had to fight for it.
Referee closing at half court. Round of applause, please, ladies and gentlemen, for Team Black and Team White.
All right, let's get this game back underway. The Fives have been out and waiting. The officials are ready. And we can go. 10 minutes on the clock. 2-point ball game here at Crystal Palace.
I saw a really cute moment in the crowd. Natalie's parents and I think family friends just stood up and all started waving at her at half court. It's one of them where you're like, sit down, Mom. Come on, leave me alone.
Oh, stolen away. Oh, not quite. T's trying to give me a shirt now. You see, I should have just stolen it. Oh, and there's a three to start the second half off. Costa with the triple. Weren't too many made threes in the first half. Team Black still looking for their first. That's the third by Team White. Charity driving to the basket. There we go. That'll keep Mum happy.
Yeah, that's because her mum waved at her.
Yeah.
She felt that extra bit of support.
Taylor Willis with the rebound. Jana in transition, driving hard to the hole.
Why get in her way, honestly? You end up on the floor.
Yeah. Nothing good can happen. Janishevska, that's 2 early threes here in the second half for Team White.
Both Liv and KJ in the three-point shootout earlier.
Taylor Willis trying to reply. Bunyan along the baseline. Dishes it in. Bunyan backs out for 3. Batted away by Jana. It'll be a white ball. Janishevska. Oh, good hands to deflect that away, and it came off Janishevska's legs. So Black will get that back. Need to get it over the halfway line here. Kids are able to do so in time. And that came off the foot of Ford last and out of bounds for a White possession.
Defense is still relentless.
Good extra pass. Janishevska in the corner. In and out. Azimamadou with the offensive rebound. Can't force it home.
Great ball movement by White there.
Ford got a hand on that to deflect it out of bounds.
One of the things that's really nice to watch when you see such high, class players play is that they haven't had 5 hours to work on defensive rotation as a team. They just know what to do. They're in the right place at the right time. Jessie Ford there rotating and getting a hand to the ball.
Forcing the turnover and turning it into 2 points as well. Charity stolen away by White. White turning up the heat here in the second half. Janishevska in particular. And that will stay with White. Well, the difference really in this second half is the defense by White has denied any real opportunities for Black, and they've knocked down a couple of shots at the other end of the floor.
Yeah, they've really picked up their defense.
Outscored 8-2 in the first 3 minutes. Bunyan makes that 10-2.
A smart pass by Mamadou straight back to the inbounder.
And what was a 2-point game 3 minutes ago is a 10-point game. Janishevska driving in and finishing again. She's certainly turning up the heat here in the second half.
Yeah, she is. I think she saw, she had Jessie Ford on her, a bit of a mismatch in speed for her.
Lovin, long 2, back iron. Well, you wonder if Vanessa Ellis might need a timeout here just to talk things over. They've got extra bodies underneath. Bunyan needed 2 goes at it, but able to score. Oh, you can't believe how quickly it's got out to 14 points.
Yeah, really quick. They just haven't scored well.
Jana for 3. Still haven't made a 3-pointer, Team Black. Azimamadou with the fake, and not quite the finish. Bunyan, though, for 3, strings it!
Yeah, Black have really, you know, it's not just on the offensive end, but they've got to finish plays defensively, and they're just not doing that right now.
17-2, 17-4 after that in this quarter. Just the second score. Oh, stepped in there. Is there a timeout there or a substitution? I think it's a timeout. Vanessa Ellis needing to talk things over, and well, the big difference is that her team was great defensively in the first half. They've given up 17 points in 5 minutes here in the second.
Yeah, I think that has been the biggest difference, and you know, on the other end of it, White have really picked up their defensive pressure as well, so a little bit of taste of their own medicine, Black. But White have come out strong. And Vanessa, Coach Ellis just needs a few wise words. She let them try and get themselves out of that hole for a little bit, but it just wasn't working.
I thought the real key at half-time was that Karen Burton came and asked you what to do. And you changed the game around there.
I just said stop Fatima from scoring. Yeah, I mean, I think obviously everything that's happening right now is due to the advice that I've given her, clearly. So, yeah.
Well, Black have got to find a way of getting the scoreboard ticking, but they also need to curtail the offense of Team White. 14 points in the first quarter, 21 in the second, and already 17 here in the third.
Few substitutions on both sides.
Nice hand to deflect that out of bounds by Emily O'Connell. Roy. Oh, travelling violation.
Ladies in the house, 7 sons, and the Lions singing together. That's nice. Season definitely over. Big shout out to the WBBL ladies, you guys.
That's a tough shot from Powell, but White able to get a second chance opportunity. Roy gets a hand on it, ball's on the floor. Lavin picks it up. White House finds a gap where there didn't look to be one.
Strong move by Abby Whitehouse, being coached by her club coach, Coach Ellis. She gets a hand in on that one as well.
Read that pick and roll. Powell drives in and a touch foul on Molly Lavin.
Head fake, I think. She just got to go in one way. Lavin almost recovered, but stepped into Erin's space.
Loyan throws it away, ball's on the floor. And that will be a hell ball. Possession arrow will give Black the ball.
Make sure you can check out Hoopsfix Women for all the live stats, links, information and more. And of course, for all the latest information happening around the UK in the women's game at Hoopsfix Women.
Roy onto Rowe. Rowe penetrates in. Back. Nice pass back. Needs to go up here. Shot needs to get off. Goodser on the shot clock buzzer. Did it beat the buzzer? Yes, it did.
Karis Roy could have gone on her right hand. I think she'd make it harder for herself then, but they found Saruna in the end.
Step back,
Powell. Good challenge from Lavin. Lavin going hard. Doesn't quite drop for her.
She's been such a steady force for them, Molly Lavin. Got that bucket for them early when they needed it. Nothing seems to change the way she plays. She's just pretty consistent.
Lavin a little short on the first free throw. Neither team been terribly efficient from the line today. Oh, O'Connell just bounced it off her own calf there. Well, Black just chipping away at it here. They trailed by as many as 17. They can get it back to single figures with a score here. Lavin trying to find it, and she will go to the line again.
Such a great job for her team so far today. Almost the reverse of what happened down the other end. She got Erin Powell going the wrong way. And took the strong drive and drew the foul this time.
Both of them are good. The gap is down now to 8. The last couple of minutes have been very good for Team Black. Roy with the rebound. Here's Roy. Lavin now from behind the arc. Knocked away by Roy to Goodser. Goodser lays it in, and suddenly the game is back down to 6. Well, look at the pressure now from Team Black on defense. Goodser knocking it out of bounds and helps them row as well.
Saruna taking a rest. Great defense by her and a couple of buckets. She came out a little nervous in the first half. Didn't have a great half, but she's played really well here in the second half.
Well, 2:20 to go here in the third quarter. 52-46 the score. It was 52 to 35 on the 6-minute mark. So in the last 3.5 minutes, they've scored the last 11 points, Team Black.
You know that this whole game was scripted. That's what they've been told to do.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So we needed a bit of a run from one team.
Okay.
And
Have you got the play-by-play there then? Is that you know
it's
what's
already
coming?
done and dusted. I know who wins.
Well, definitely Molly Lavin has driven this team offensively, but defensively they picked it up in the last 4 minutes as well.
Yeah, they have. There's been a big change for them. Caris Roy inside doing a good job, but the guards as well putting a lot of pressure on Team White. So Emily O'Connell struggling under the pressure at the halfway line. She turned it over. Mariam Olawayan turnover as well.
Neverson fakes the 3, passes it inside instead. Team Black with another stop. And here's Roy. Roy with a big screen. It's Spence along the baseline. Spence now for three. Knocks it down! Izzy Spence with the first three of the game for Team Black.
Love watching this kid play. She's an absolute baller, Kizzy Spence.
Well, they've scored 14 in a row to turn a 17-point deficit into a 3-point deficit. Lavin with the foul, and Izzy Mamadou with a chance to get the scoreboard ticking. We said at that timeout, 17 points, way too many to give up. It's way above the quarter average. They're actually still on 17 points. Radar a little off on that one. Second one rims out, but an offensive rebound. Izzy Mamadou doesn't quite get the roll, but will go to the line once again.
She got away with the travel on that one.
Jana checks back in for Lavin. I missed the foul there. I don't know if that was her fourth personal foul.
I wasn't sure either. I was just looking at the fact that I thought she travelled, to be honest.
Oh, good hands. And that's going to be a foul on Jana.
Good hands there, and then Fatima just pushes Mariam out of bounds.
Questionable as to whether that might be an unsportsmanlike in transition, but that's going to be the fourth foul on her. That was, by the way, the fourth foul on Lavin. So that's Lavin and Jana, both on 4. They are the two players who've scored in double figures for Team Black in this game.
Yeah.
Jefferson for 3, back iron. And again, this time it's good.
Just the confidence to take that shot twice on the bounce. Rewarded.
Stolen away. White getting the momentum back here. Neverson. Well, slowed it down almost to give Jana a chance and still scored.
I think she saw a block coming in her head, but smart by Jana. It would have been a last foul if she'd have got goaded into a foul.
Stolen away again. All the way in transition, and again it's Jana chasing back. You can't really do much about it.
It's better from Mariam though.
Has been the quarter of runs here. They scored 17-2, and then it went, I think it was 15-0, 14-0 maybe. And then they responded back. White, can they get one last shot away? Yes, they can. That will count on the buzzer. Well, it wasn't the most conventional basket you've ever seen, but they all count on the scoreboard.
It went in before the buzzer went. That's all we can say about that one. See it here. Oh, I'll give it her. She shot it. She shot it properly.
It looked better on the replay than it did in real time, to be fair, that. But we're at the end of the third quarter, and what a seesaw third quarter that was. The lead went out to 17 points. It came back down to 3. And as we go into the fourth quarter, it is a double-figure lead again for White, 51-62. And Coach Vanessa Ellis with some work to do to get her team back into the game. And the concern also being is the 2 most efficient scorers she's had in the game, both in foul trouble.
Yeah, and I think especially with the way that Fatima plays, she's so powerful. You know, she overpowers a lot of players in the women's game, never mind in her own age group. So you do as a coach have to just be a little wary that she doesn't pick up an offensive foul, or you know, she wants to go in and get a block on defense. But the last couple of possessions, she showed that she's played mature and she's not gone for things that she should have gone for. So as long as her and Molly can stay in this game, Black have got a chance.
Well, I'm sure Karen Burton and Team White will just be thinking, well, if we can have the first 5 minutes of the fourth quarter the same as the first 5 minutes as the third, we'll have this game wrapped up with time to spare.
Yeah, and I think that's what Black can't let them do. They had a really bad start to the second half, and I think they've got to make a little run here. These first few minutes are really important for them.
Well, they're having a little shootout competition here. And it's come down to whoever makes a 3 to win, and neither of them did, so.
They just need to sub KJ on.
Yeah.
May I have a phone a friend for the last bucket?
For the last bit, I can do the layup and the free throw.
Yeah.
Exclusive Jordan match, of course. Yeah. Yeah, we're going to have this one. There you go, my guy. Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause for our contestants.
So here we go then. 10 minutes remaining in this game.
Never going to miss a raffle again for the next 6 months. There you go, my guy.
Team White leading Team Black. 62 points to 51 here.
There you go. Game is the no ticket, my guy.
At the Hoopsfix All-Star Classic 2022, supported, of course, by Brand Jordan. And you're loving the shoes.
I actually am.
Just checking, like did you get a pair?
No, but oh wait, the day's not over. The day is not over.
Not yet.
I think the colourways are really nice. I like the purple ones. And they seem, you know, the girls seem to have been finding that. I always think it's quite difficult to play like one game without wearing the shoes in a little bit, but it doesn't seem to have slowed these lot down. Quality brand.
There you go.
Quality brand.
Well, they're using the strength to get to the rim, but then committing a foul going after the loose ball as Lovett got it. Oh, it is, 5th foul. Well, she wasn't out there for long on that. Come back into the game, having sat on the bench for a bit in foul trouble. And heads right back.
It's a shame.
Ooh, almost thrown away. Spence keeps it though. Spence driving in, and that is thrown out by the thermometer. And Spence bounces back to her feet after going over the photographer. Take another look at this. It's a great first move, but the help comes. See you later on that one.
Mamadou monster block.
Lovett in the corner. Some of the rebound. Oh, Forster, I think, thought a whistle might be coming there, the way she shot that. Oh, shot off the mark. Look at Spence skying for the rebound there and gets the pass away. Oh, and Roy can't finish. Charity under pressure. Gets away from it. It's not the best pass, but Taylor Willis is able to pull it in. Roy, love it off the glass.
I'd like to see, it's a nice pass from Caris Roy, but I'd like to see her dominate a little bit more offensively inside. She's got nice footwork and she's strong and she's long in there. It'd be nice to see her just taking a little bit more opportunity offensively.
There's a couple of times where it looks like she's done the hard work and then she'll kick it out instead.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, timeout call by Coach Burton, 53-62 the score, just making sure that her team don't drop at all and are able to keep hold of this double-figure lead.
Yeah, I think we talked about the coach is going to go for the tactical timeouts, and I think we're seeing that that's happening. Both coaches are competitive. They don't want to lose this one.
Well, it's the women's Under-19 game here at the Hoopsfix All-Star Classic, Crystal Palace in southeast London. And it is a women's all-star game. All the officials are women, obviously the two teams, the table officials, everybody involved.
Yeah, a really great job by Sam and Hoopsfix. We were really pleased when they first put the Under-19 Women's All-Star Classic on, and now every single year it just gets bigger and better, and just the inclusion of having all officials, table officials, coaching staff as females is fantastic, celebrating all parts of the women's game.
Nice pass, and Ozzy Mamadou with the score. Charity into Roy, who's grabbed and goes right through that contact. And will shoot two. It's good strength there just to get the shot away there by Caris Roy.
Did a good job to gather it, didn't she? Keep a hold of it. Had the pleasure of watching Caris play for Wales in the Four Nations recently. She was really dominant inside. Plays her basketball at Cardiff. Another young player that's got WBBL experience. It makes such a difference, I think, to them and their development. They can get minutes in the WBBL.
Everson looking for room. Nice pass, but no way for Ozzy Mamadou. Charity on to Spence. Charity fires up the three. Might have got caught on that. Wanted a whistle, didn't get one. Look at that rebound from Roy and the strength to put it back.
Yeah, that is what we want to see. I think she heard us. That is exactly what we want to see. Taking more responsibility inside Caris Roy.
Roy this time with the defensive rebound. I thought she was about to head off coast to coast there, but
game management.
Charity drives in. Here is Roy, steps back for three. Ooh. Everson along the baseline. Good recovery from Lovett to knock that out of bounds. Well, there's a 4-on, 4-off substitution for Team White. And it is, even with all the rotation, because it's so warm in here, it is the time of the game where one or two of them are looking a little fatigued.
It's good practice for Europeans, for some of them that will make GB squads this summer, though. A little bit of
humidity
training.
Everson late in the shot clock. Janaszewska. Well, it was a nice shake, and if you were on the far side, that might have looked like it went in, but it fell short, and it's a 24-second violation. Black still trying to find a way back into this game, but Taylor Willis looks at one ref and then the other, but doesn't get the call that she was hoping for. Januszewska with the give and go to the rim and the score.
Pretty play.
And she was the driving force behind that charge in the third quarter that got them 17 up in the first place. Spence driving in, Januszewska making that a tough shot. Wholesale substitutions now for Team Black. Coach Ellis imploring a team to get forward and put some pressure on the ball in the full court. Mamadou went through the reads there and in the end decided to take the shot. Goodser blocked by Januszewska.
Defense. KJ got a good position and then just used their length to swat that out the air.
Jenna turns around in the corner. That pass is a little short. Just kept in the front court by Whitehouse, but a pass was just behind Lavin and out of bounds. Bunyan zips it inside to Ozzy Mamadou for two.
Great find by Izzy Bunyan.
And Vanessa Ellis with a timeout, her team trailing by 12. She's obviously rolled the dice with the two players who are in foul trouble.
Yeah, I think you have to, don't you, at this point, if you're going to win the game.
And another look at that tremendous speed down the lane. And again, you can see Lavin a little earlier in the game might have been a little closer to that.
Yeah, I think so. And I think, you know, it's the right thing to do to try and exploit that. It's a good pass, good recognition. You know, if you give the ball to Issy down there, good things often happen. So you've got to keep putting pressure on the inside.
Well, whatever Coach Ellis had to say, she said it. Didn't need the full minute. Karen Burton certainly using the full minute and maybe a few extra ticks as well. Team Black with the ball from the end. 56-68 they trail. Jenna putting it on the floor, driving hard as she did to great effect in the first half. That will stay with Black. Didn't hit the ring, so there's 10 on the shot clock.
might have done a good job of slowing her down in the second half. Make things a little bit more difficult for her, a bit more physical with that.
Lovin surely fouled in there. And actually, there's a collision between the two of them. And they've both gone down. Don't know if it was a roll of the ankle or a clash of the knees. I don't know if we'll see it from here. Is it knee on knee?
I think, yeah, Izzy sort of went forward and she got a foot caught behind her, so I think might have been a bit of an ankle, but I didn't really see what happened to Molly. Izzy seems to have walked hers off.
Yeah, when they first went down, it looked like Bunyan might be in the worst of the two positions, but she seems, as you say, to have walked it away. Evans helped back to her feet. Well, she is walking off under her own steam. See if we can see it a bit better from this angle. Oh, yeah, just a little tweak of the ankle, yeah. Well, sometimes with those, it really painful for a couple of minutes and then everything's okay, and sometimes it's worse than that. She's walked off past her. She doesn't look like she's coming back anytime soon, the way she's hobbled off there.
Yeah, she's walking off quite gingerly, isn't she?
Oh, that foul is called on Jana, and that's going to be her fourth personal foul. She's gone to the fifth personal foul. She's gone to the free throw line, but she doesn't realize it's on her.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that is a foul, to be honest. And it's a shame because, you know, it's one of the stars we want to see.
Well, there's some discussion about it, but that was her fifth foul. And her afternoon is done. 10 points, 10 rebounds, but 5 fouls.
And I think if they had a coach's challenge, I'd be telling Vanessa to take one right now, because that was actually a defensive foul, not even a no call.
Bunyan driving to the basket, and Taylor Willis called for the foul.
Coach Ellis still isn't happy with the call. Don't blame her. We were here to see facts.
Well, the other thing was there was 2 of them that were offensively that were both on the borderline, shall we say.
Diplomatic. It's a good job we've got a ton of other stars to watch, eh?
Indeed, yes.
Only every other player on the roster.
Well, is there time for Team Black to turn this around? They're going to have to go quick if they're going to find these 14 points that they trail by. There's Rowe, rims out. Good rebound from Januszewska. Well, it looked like she was trying to come back the other way.
I thought so too.
Still able to score. Good has it knocked away, and it came off her last and out of bounds.
Good hands again from KJ. She uses her legs so well defensively.
Well, don't forget we've got the men's under-19 game coming up later. Gutsa's brother is playing in that. Good day for the family to have two of them in each of the games. A bit of a
nice pass.
Out of bounds, that will stay for... Well, no, it won't. It'll go back the other way as White make a wholesale change again. I think they've got too many on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 6. There we go. Well, as I learnt the other week, that's the referee's job, is to make sure they don't have too many on. A nice drive to the basket, Oluwaye.
It's really hard to stay in front of Mariam when she's got a head of steam. And Charlie.
Everson stops short of Roy because she knows going at her is not a good idea. Rowe for 3, knocks it down. Oluwaye. Foster with the extra pass. O'Connell for 3. And Roy grabs that rebound. Everson. Oh, through the hands of Forster. Just about keeps that in the front court. Oluwaye driving hard. That is not easy with Roy there at the back.
Does a really good job of taking the contact on the right shoulder, going up and over. Played really well in the second half, Mariam Oluwaye. She's off out to the States as well. Another kid in Florida, at Chipola College.
Taylor Willis for 3. Last 90 seconds of the ball game here. Team White on their way to victory after a dominant second half, really. Forster driving in, good to, with a swipe down at the ball, gets called for the foul.
Liv Forster, another young player in the game today. She was her first year in WEABL, but you never would have known it. She led her team, Copleston, all year long.
Just 17 years of age. Not long turned 17 either.
First competitor, Liv. As well, I just think as a first year in the WEABL, to have the sort of mental strength to... It was her job to put the team on her back. She was the leading scorer, and she did it night in, night out.
Well, why are you driving all the way to the hole? Into the final minute we go. Taylor Willis fighting her way through. I mean, this might end up a 20-point game, but it was anything but, really.
Just seems to be the way it swung in the second half, really.
Well, it looked like White were going to get away with it midway through the third quarter, but Black had a great fight back to get it all the way back to 3, and probably those last few minutes in the third quarter where they couldn't maintain that, and White got back to double figures before the end of the third, was the difference in the game. Loyan driving in is bumped by, and that'll be 2 more shots.
Nice little exchange by 2 teammates.
Chance to get into double figures here if this one goes in. Not taken. Rowe bouncing her way through to the rim. Shot clock still on, and this will probably be the last attempt for White. Forster. Oh, Goodser gets called for a foul, and not happy with it.
Feels like they've caught it a little tighter in the second half than they did in the first.
Second one is good. Black have the shot clock switched off. Looking like they're going to go for one more score. Rowe. Taylor Willis on the buzzer. Doesn't go, and that'll do it. Team White victorious here in the women's under-19 game at the Hoopsfix All-Star Classic. 79-61 the final score, and well, they outscored Black by quite a considerable margin in the second half. It was a 2-point game at the interval, and they've won by 18.
Yeah, just a great showcase from all the girls. It was nice to see in different spells, different players take over, and I think that's what the All-Star Game's all about, allowing everyone to shine. You know, it really was Fatima's first half, and Izzy Mamadou as well had a great game. Maisie Everson, Mariam Olawayan had a little stint at the end there as well. And Molly Levin, I know she hobbled off at the end, but what a great game she had for Team Black.
And Januszewska as well. You look at the numbers, it didn't stand out really. 11 points in 15 minutes, but it was when she scored her points, when she started to.
Definitely.
It was that point that they stretched out to 17 was the point she was the driving force in the game. Yeah,
for sure. And I also think from a defensive perspective, a lot of the things that she does doesn't often come up on the score sheet, on the stat sheet, sorry, but she's getting hands at everything. She's getting tips here and there. She doesn't necessarily get the rebound or the steal. Someone else might get it, but yeah, she's just such a consistent force. St. Francis are lucky to have KJ next year.
It'll be interesting to see where they go with MVP in that regard.
Yeah, who?
Last year it was a fairly obvious pick. Taylor Willis I think she had 30 points or 32 points or something in the game. Whereas this time you've seen a lot of players in double figures contributing in different ways.
Yeah, in different ways and at different times, I think. It'll be interesting to see which way they do go.
Well, there were 4 players in double figures for Team White. One assumes it goes to the winning team. Not always the case in this type of format.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose in the All-Star game, it's about who you think is the best player, isn't it? But the argument always is, can they be the best player if their team lost?
Well, we're going to find out now, because Tahira is going to read it out to us.
Posted up 14 points and 6 rebounds, 2 steals in just 16 minutes. Wearing number 15 from Team White on the corner.
Well, the MVP with the best index in the game of 18, 5 of 8 shooting for 14 points and 6 rebounds. And it is Izzy Bunyan who makes her way out to receive the award.
Really nice to see her get some recognition. I think she looked surprised that she'd won it when she was with her teammates there, but the numbers speak for themselves.
Izzy Bunyan of the Cardiff Met Archers gets the award. She ran off too quick there. You've got to wait. You've got to pose for the photos for longer than that. But as I say, there were so many good performances up and down the roster.
Yeah.
It could have gone anywhere, but her teammates looked super happy for her.
Yeah, she's a great girl. She's a great teammate.
Well, Team White victorious here today with an excellent second half and an excellent team performance, and we sort of talked a little bit about the offense, but they played good defense as well in that second half, keeping Team Black to just 28 points in 20 minutes. That's pretty impressive given the offensive talent that's at the other end of the floor.
Yeah, I mean, we've been impressed by the defense all day, and you know, I think it made the offense improve, it made the offense step up, but I do think, like you said, you know, we see Izzy draining a 3 there. They did come out and shoot well in the third quarter as well, Team White, but it was their defense and they held, you know, holding Team Black to barely any points at the start of that third that I think did it for them.
It certainly did, and a really enjoyable game. Closer in the first half than it was in the second as Team White put the burners on. And I think we can now get some reaction from our MVP, who is with Mo.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm joined by the MVP of the 2022 Hoopsfix All-Star Classics Under-19s women's game, Izzy Bunyan. How do you feel right now? This trophy in your hand, an absolutely amazing performance.
I feel great. I'm very shocked. I did not expect it, but the game was really fun. I really enjoyed it, but feeling good, yeah.
Now the game was close at half-time and you guys went on a run to separate yourselves in the third quarter and never look back. What did the coach say to you in that half-time team talk that led you to go in and take over this game?
I think we just needed to pick up defense. Like, that was our main focus. Be strong on D and offense will come.
Now we've seen some fantastic talent come to the Hoopsfix All-Star Classic and win this award. What do you see in your future? What are your goals? What are you trying to get to in this basketball world?
I don't know. I just want to play and enjoy myself and take it as far as I can while I'm still enjoying myself. So, yeah.
Well, I'm sure you're going to go on to achieve great things. We're all here supporting you. The fans at home supporting you. Congratulations once again.
Thank you.
And that is your 2022 Hoopsfix All-Star Classic MVP. We'll keep the action. It's coming thick and fast. We've got the dunk contest and we've got the men's game coming up soon. So make sure you do not go anywhere. We're moments away from the 2022 Foot Locker dunk contest at the Hoopsfix All-Star Classic. So do not go anywhere. Stay right here and we'll be back with more.
Yes, indeed. They're setting up now for the dunk contest. So we're going to have a substitution in the commentary box in a minute. But before you go, final thoughts on today's event.
Final thoughts on the event is that it's just a privilege to be able to watch the best under-19 females play basketball on this stage against each other in this country. So big thanks to Jordan Brand, big thanks to Foot Locker, and massive thanks to Hoopsfix and Sam for setting this all up. What a treat it was today.
Well, as you say, we thank our sponsors, Jordan Brand, and let's get a little taster of that now.
black in Britain sometimes feels like you're under attack. You can say whatever you want to say to me, but look at him. You can't tell me that I'm less than when he's literally flying.
What? They're really in love with
There's a certain level of like rebellion that we just have in us. Like, I don't know what's in the water, I don't know what's in the air.
Then you better come with me. Everyday grind.
This is what Brixton's made of, man.
Dealing with snakes is risky.
Jimmy Rogers was a youth worker and a basketball coach.
Jimmy saw how black youth in Brixton were being marginalised, and Jimmy felt he needed to empower young people to be whatever they wanted to be and reach their positive potential.
Anyone who's on the outside looking in will think this is chaos, this is crazy, but it's a place that you end up falling in love.
Michael Jordan came to Brixton in 1985 and it created a huge stir. We scrimmaged for about 2 hours maybe that day. He went past me in that game and his sneakers, like, I'm sure they were around my ears.
Well, it gives a lot of kids around here something to do. Instead of just being around the streets doing nothing, they can come join the leagues and play the game of basketball.
He was having a whale of a time.
It's the heart and soul of Brixton.
My father came here in 1954. That first influx of Caribbean migrants, the Windrush generation. The environment that first generation had to experience was brutal. They were invited here, yet when they came here, they were treated with scorn and told to go home.
We were in the height of Thatcher years, very uncaring government that saw us as a problem. It was always going to end in an eruption of anger.
I really feel that resistance is in our DNA.
We don't want to fight tonight. And we don't want to fuss and fight.
One of the biggest secrets of history, really, is how central black women are to our community's narrative.
I know the work that the generations before have put in. I want liberation for everyone.
I want to be able to inspire with my basketball.
Shows me that I can do things, build an identity for myself.
Got pride now. I can say Michael Jordan came to my club.
If you think about how many people have been positively affected in the club, can you see how it branches? It's now bigger than just in Brixton or in London or even in the UK.
I've come across the French Jimmy Rogers. I've come across the Bronx Jimmy Rogers. They exist all over the world, but nobody knows who they are.
The people that come are interchangeable, but the ethos and the sense of community doesn't change.
I'm going to keep campaigning the injustices that I see every day. I dare to be joyful, I dare to be happy, I dare to look.
The old spirit that we had, that kind of defiance that we had, the energy that we had, has passed on.
These guys went through it for us. We grew up in the community that they created. It's like they gave us the blueprint. We definitely have to carry that.